What's up guys, Rado back with another weird type of video. We are 1 week away from G-Fest at the time of recording this. Well, technically we're 8 days away or 7 days away, but the day you're seeing this will be 1 week away from G-Fest. So today, I thought it'd be cool. I gathered up all of my Hedorah figures because today we're gonna be talking about Hedorah because, in my opinion, I feel like in the last like 4-ish years that Hedorah may just be the most profitable kaiju that Toho has in their arsenal. So let's talk about some of the toys. Starting off, I'm gonna go with my very first Hedorah toy. I have the Bandai Purple Tag Hedorah. I not only have one, but I have two. This one is the one I got a long time ago. I believe sometime in 2016, 2017. I've had this for a long time. Longtime fans of the channel will know this guy because he used to be quite the video maker. I used him a lot of videos, and you can tell by the bottom of his feet. Yeah, he's seen better days, but I keep this guy around just because of how cool he is. So yeah, there's him. And here's the newer one I got. I got this at, I believe, G-Fest 2023. I do have the tag for this one. I don't have the tag for this one, but basically the same figure. In my opinion, the purple tag Hedorah still holds up. I'm not too crazy about like the green under the hands, but I mean, it's a pretty solid figure. Paint's really good. You can't go wrong with the purple tag Hedorah. Look at him. How quaint. He's so stinky. Let's move on. Flying in, we have the X Plus Flying Hedorah 30cm favorite sculptor's line. Big little thing. I got this when it released, and it's quite the looker. I mean, we didn't see much of the back on the prop, so I mean, this is like the most like colorful Hedorah has ever been, like in the films. But this guy's pretty freaking awesome. He does come with the eye patch. I although don't know where the eye patch is at this time of recording, but I'm sure it's somewhere around here. This guy's basically just a floating brick of vinyl. I mean, you could probably use this as like a disc and like chuck it at somebody and knock them out, but I wouldn't do that if I were you. Anywho, he does come with 2 Rick extras, which I will grab right now. First, we have the Aquatic Hedorah. This is one of few like mass-produced Aquatic Hedorah figures, and he's cool. He's not the most like shelf-friendly to display. I put him on top of the Flying Hedorah base, but he kind of has a nasty footprint. But Aquatic Hedorah doesn't have that many figures, I believe. I believe there might be some sort of Safubi, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a Bandai of the Aquatic Hedorah yet. So technically that's the last one we're missing from Bandai. But he's cool. He doesn't have much on the back. He's just sort of slug Hedorah colors, but he's neat. Next, along with the set, we have this. This is kind of why I wanted the Rick set. It came with the Tadpole Hedorah, the little squishy guy, and it comes with the glass dish. So like, how are you gonna go wrong with that? You can't. Boom. Petri dish Hedorah slug form. Awesome. Next, we have a bit of an unknown figure. We have the D'Agostini Hedorah. This was I'm not sure what issue this released in, but I believe the sculptor, KOC Tokyo, this is his first time making a Hedorah figure, and it looks pretty good for a first time attempt on Hedorah. Paint's really good, the head's a little wonky, and the pose is pretty cool. He's like tilted over, he's like slanted, leaning, but yeah, he's a cool little guy, and yeah, pretty cool. The smaller Hedorah figures are quite neat. I like them a lot, but the Agostini, definitely really cool. Grab one if you can, unless you're gonna pay like $40. Don't pay $40 for these things. These are like $10 or something like that. Moving on. So during the 50th anniversary of Hedorah, we got a slew of new Bandai figures, starting off with the, I guess you could call this a 2.0 Hedorah. I mean, it's not really called a 2.0, but it basically is. This guy is really cool. I like the raised arms a lot, but I'm not a fan of the color of the sack on the back, if that's what you want to call it. It's a little weird. I like the purple tags a bit more, but he came out first, and I believe next came out was the this is the landing stage one. We're gonna take a look at him real quick. This guy's pretty cool. What does bug me is, again, the back of the sack. It's like painted on the sides, but the back's not. But whatever, man. This is, again, a landing stage Hedorah figure. There's not many of them. I did own the X Plus a long time ago, but I've since then sold it. So this guy fills that slot in my collection. And then lastly, to round out the trio, we have the crawling landing stage Hedorah. I quite like this guy. He's pretty neat. I like the way his feet kind of work down here. But again, the sack is not painted on the back, only on the sides. I'm assuming that's probably not movie accurate, but I don't really know. This set does it for me. So these three guys came out at the point when Bandai was like, let's make a bajillion Hedorah figures. And there is a flying form, but I do not own it because I don't really like it, and I kind of passed it up for too long and kind of just fell off my radar. So 50th anniversary Hedorah set. Not really a set, but you get the idea. Boom. Let's talk about something that Hedorah is more well known for, Sofubi. Hedorah has lots of Sofubi. Like, it's insane how much Sofubi Hedorah has. Like, I've got at least like 5 representations of Hedorah in Sofubi form, and there's just so many different colorways, but I'm gonna show you some of my favorite ones, aka the ones I own. This is the Gigabrain Hedorah. I'm not too sure what convention this was exclusive to, but this is the translucent blue variant with the painted eyes. There's a variant with without the black in the eyes that my friend Oh My Godzilla has. Go check out his YouTube channel. This guy is, I think this is the biggest Sofubi I own. He's I believe he's like 14 inches tall, and he's quite long too. He has a really long tail, and yeah, he's pretty cool. He has some articulation in the arms, but not really super much, and he doesn't really sit flat, but hey, what are you gonna do? It's a big Hedorah Sofubi. What else could you ask for? Now, the version of Hedorah that doesn't get much merchandise is 2004 Hedorah from Godzilla Final Wars, but he does have a few figures. One being the M1 Sculpt. I got this guy at All Monsters Attack in 2025, and this guy is the brightest Sofubi I have. He's so insanely colorful. I believe this is the Eco Art color variant, and he does glow in the dark, and I'm very, very happy to have a pretty cool Hedorah 2004 figure in my collection. But there is another one that most of you guys probably have. Most of you guys probably own this figure. This is the Bandai 2004 Hedorah that we got in, I believe, 2022. I'm not the biggest fan of this figure. I think his like arms are kind of weird, but it's very nice to have a mass-produced Hedorah 2004 figure on the market. And yeah, so not much to say about this figure. It's just gonna exist. There are, however, 2 more Final Wars Hedorah figures that I'm gonna have my friend EpicToxie talk about. So take it away, Ethan.
Hey guys, it's Ethan EpicToxie, you know. I'm making this guest appearance segment thing. So I'm gonna be talking about some of the figures that I have that Michael doesn't, because I'm cooler than Michael's. And Michael also wanted me to talk about some 04 Hedorah stuff. He already has this, I'm pretty sure, so I don't think I'm gonna go over this, but in case he doesn't, this is the Ultimate Monster Series Hedorah 2004. And this figure is really cool. It's molded in this gray plastic, and it's not made of vinyl, and it's not hollow, so it's a pretty hefty figure. And this thing's really cool. It obviously comes apart, so you can tear off his limbs like that, and you can also tear off his face like that, and you can actually pop out his eyes if you want to, like that. I don't want to pop them off all the way because I'm pretty sure it's a pain to get them back on. But yeah, this figure is really cool. It's very, very well sculpted and very, very well painted, and it's probably the best Hedorah figure of this design that's out there. Unfortunately, it's not entirely 6-inch scale. It is slightly shorter than 6 inches, so it works with like your Bandai vinyls, but it doesn't necessarily work with some slightly bigger figures. Like if I brought out my SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2004 here, you can see he's pretty decently sized. Like you can sort of fudge this, but he's a little too big for this Hedorah here. Still just a tad too big. Really cool. So yeah, Ultimate Monster Series Hedorah. Here's the cast ornament Hedorah and Ibra. So this thing is really cool. It's a little chibi Hedorah and a little chibi Ibra, and he's stabbing him in his eye like he did in the movie. And they're knocked up against this tiny little building, this tiny little piece of rubble, and these guys are made of resin. It's a really cute little display. He's really cool. The Ibra is painted pretty well. You can see he's got some spray right here and some red, and obviously, you know, we're talking about the Hedorah here, but the Hedorah is painted very well. Got some dark red, sort of burgundy color dry brushing around, and some yellows sort of sprayed throughout, and then the eyes really pop on this one. Just really nice little piece, because I mean, you could see compared to the Ultimate Monster Series, this thing is tiny. So the amount of detail this has for such a small figure is really cool. Cast is always doing some really cool pieces, even if they're not so generously priced. So here is the Bandai Vintage Hedorah. This figure is really cool. He has a really nice sort of cartoonish look to him. Here's the tag. It has a picture from the movie. Well, it's not from the movie, actually. This is like a behind the scenes photo, but it's a picture of Godzilla and Hedorah. But here is Hedorah, and he's really cool because he has these really awesome plastic eyes that give him a really cool effect. It adds a lot of depth to this figure, and I think that's really cool. I love the paint job on this figure. It's very reminiscent of the modern Hedorah figures that we'll see from Bandai, as I'm sure Michael has already gone over. But this figure is really cool because, you know, it was sort of the start of all of that, and that's really cool. This figure's awesome. I love this guy, and he's cool. This is the Bandai Creation Hedorah, which I actually got from Michael, and it's just a block, but the paint job on this figure is actually really nice. You can see he's like a tiger, like it's like striped, and that's pretty cool. Like, got some silvers, some reds, or more pinkish colors, and some yellow. It's really cool, but unfortunately this figure is notoriously known for being a brick, which I honestly don't really care too much about it being just a brick. I think it's kind of charming, but people don't like it for that reason, and it's kind of weirdly shaped. It's kind of looks like a piece of bread, you know, like you see what I'm talking about? Like, yeah. So this figure isn't that great, but it is a soft place for a lot of people. So yeah, that's about it for my segment of the video. Yeah, don't subscribe to my...
Alright, enough of that. Get off my channel, Ethan. Anywho, let's move on to some more Hedorah figures. Mondo has taken their stab at Hedorah a few times, and the first time they did, they produced the smaller size Hedorah right here. This is the Electrode variant. I don't know how limited this was, but this is the colorway I got at G-Fest 2024, I believe. And he's a cute little guy. He's pretty cool. But they did go back and make their own 2.0 version of Hedorah, which is right here. This is the Cherry Blossom Hedorah version 2, I believe. I mean, he's insanely taller than the Mondo, the first one. This guy is Cherry Blossom. He does glow green instead of the original blue Mondo glows. He does come with an eye patch as well, but I don't have it on me at the moment. It's stuck in the box. But this guy is pretty cool. I wanted to get one of each Mondo sculpt, and I chose to get the Cherry Blossom set for Hedorah, and then the Electrode for the little guy. But this guy, really awesome. I like how the tail is sort of curved up, saves some shelf space, but can't go wrong with Hedorah in Sofubi form. Running back to the purple tag sculpt, we have the 50th anniversary Retro Colors Hedorah. This was the first figure that came out in the sort of Bandai Hedorah craze. There's like a bajillion more of them. There's like a gold one, like a chocolate one, there's like an ice cream one. I don't really know. I'll throw them up all on screen real quick for you guys, but this is the only one I own. I didn't bother trying to get the other ones, but I like this one for the obvious fact that it is indeed purple. And I think Hedorah with purple is very awesome, as you'll see in a second, because I have two more to talk about. This guy, really, really awesome. Love the darker color of his skin, and then the purple-blue highlights. Very awesome dude. But if you wanted more purple-blue, I have this little guy. This guy is created by Alex Murdoch, and I got this at G-Fest 2024. I believe you can't actually get these outside of G-Fest. I mean, maybe if you message him on Facebook, but this guy is really, really neat. He looks like Neo Hedorah from Godzilla Island, and I really like that. He's packed with glitter and is absolutely amazing. But if you wanted even more purple, I have the Astro Zombies YMSF exclusive Hedorah. This was limited to, I believe, 50 at a store called Astro Zombies in Arizona, and I was able to pick this up at All Monsters Attack in 2022, I believe. My friend Cole picked this up for me. He saw it at some vendor there, and he's like, "Yo, purple Hedorah, you want it?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." I'm not too sure like the rarity of this guy. I haven't seen many for sale. There is a green variant, I believe, of this sculpt, and there's also purple Megalon and Kumonga. I do not own them. My friend Moose, Dynamoose Productions, he owns the Megalon. I do not know anyone that owns the Kumonga, unfortunately, but I would love to complete the trio one day. Hopefully, one day. We'll see. Might take a while. If you wanted something smaller, like really, really small, we have the little finger puppet from the new set of finger puppets that come out in like those little blind bags. This guy is pretty cute. Doesn't take a lot of space. He's literally just like a brick, and you just plop him on your finger, boom, Hedorah on your finger. What more can you ask for? Now, for the longest time, I'd never thought Monster Arts would take a crack at Hedorah, but lo and behold, they did. This is the SH Monster Arts Hedorah right here, and he's since been repainted by my friend EpicToxie to include like the yellow cracks on his head. But I'm very surprised they were able to nail Hedorah as weird as his design is. But he doesn't have that much articulation, but for what you get, not necessarily worth $200 for the whole set, but I'd say like maybe $120 for the Hedorah alone. I think that's fair. Probably not today, but he's a pretty solid guy. He's mostly just a brick, and you just move his arms and a little bit in his legs. He's got some movement, but he's basically just like a big, cool statue kind of. So, Monster Arts Hedorah. Let's finish this off with my favorite Hedorah figure in my collection. Last but not least, we have the X Plus 25 centimeter Hedorah. This dude came out in 2016, I believe, maybe 2017, but I've wanted this guy ever since he got announced. The glitter embedded in the vinyl is just perfect. I love it. The paint job, superb. The back of his sack, awesome. It's amazing. There's like green or yellow underneath his tail and arms, and he just looks absolutely stunning. I'm very, very happy I have this figure, and luckily he did get reissued. For those who missed out, he got reissued for the 55th anniversary, I believe, because why not? Let's wait for the Hedorah 60th anniversary and see what we get. But yeah, that's pretty much, this is the last guy for the video. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and G-Fest is only 1 week away. Can you believe it, bro? There's gonna be some vlogs, there's gonna be some collection video, and then after that, collection video. Well, the haul video and then the collection video, but there will be a collection video probably out by the end of the month. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.
Bye.